So good. All right. Well, my name is Amber, and I'm going to be your guide for today's journey throughout the reserve. I have a few quick safety reminders before we head on in. Just remember to remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. With all that being said, though, let's head on into the reserve. I started our journey off here today with the little Ituri forest. These animals are known for their camouflage. They blend in really well with their surroundings. We'll just have to be on our extra lookout for them. Now, right off the bat, I am seeing the okapi on our right-hand side. It's the dark brown colored animal with the white stripes on its hind legs. They look really similar to the zebra, but their closest relative is in fact the giraffe because they share a very prehensile tongue with them. On the left-hand side as well is the greater kudu and another antelope called the bongo. Both these antelopes have white stripes throughout their coats, which helps them to reflect the sunlight. So they're able to mimic the rays of sunshine shining throughout the tree lines. Chilling in the water on the left-hand side, right in that pool of water, those are the saddle-billed storks. Now, the saddle-billed stork gets its name from that yellow saddle-shaped thing on the very top of its bill. If it were to spread out its wingspan, you could see it's a whopping 9 feet in length. For a visual reference, that's like the canopy above our heads right now. The saddle-billed storks, they are typically solitary animals, but every once in a while they will be found in a mated pair like the one on the reserve, so I say the two of them, they're in love. On the left-hand side up on the hill, though, is the black rhino. The black rhino is going to be, believe it or not, the smallest subspecies of African rhino, weighing just 3,000 pounds. Just a little guy. There's another saddle-billed stork to the left. This one looks like it's the male because it has the dark brown colored eyes. So that means the one we saw earlier was the girlie. She had those brightly yellow colored eyes. Now, I forgot to mention, if we are taking any photos or videos today, always have those cameras out and ready. You never know when that next animal will be around the corner. And by putting those cameras in a live or in action mode, you're going to get the best picture possible because these animals move around a lot, and so do we. So the best way to get that picture is by putting it in a live mode. But we are going to be entering on into the Safi River. Looks like just beyond these logs there are some pink-backed pelicans. During their mating season, that pink color on their backs turns brighter pink, kind of like they are blushing. Now, also those pelicans during their nesting period, they're going to travel in pairs of pelicans anywhere from 20 to 500. So that means you can see up to 1,000 pelicans in one group alone. Now, out of the water, coming to say hi to us is the hippo. That is a Nile hippo. And there's actually one in between the islands, and you can notice that one too. Now, the hippos, they will actually be a herbivorous animal. Contrary to popular belief, they are a herbivorous animal, and they love their greens. Does anyone like watermelon? I do too. It's one of my favorite fruits, so if you also like it, we share that in common with the hippo. It's kind of like their version of a sweet treat. Oh gosh, these guys are not herbivores. The Nile crocodiles, we're gonna go nice and slowly over this bridge. These guys have the most powerful bites in the world. Whew. But despite their bite, they can be very gentle with their mouth as well. So they can actually roll their eggs around with their tongues. Softens up those shells, and that helps little ones hatch when it's the time to do so. Do you guys know how to tell apart an alligator from a crocodile? Yeah, it's the shape of their nose. So crocodiles, they have a more pointed and V-shaped snout. Alligators, it's a little bit wider and it's going to be more U-shaped. But we are approaching the largest part of the reserve, a whole new world. This is the African savannah, and it's the largest part of the reserve, so it's no surprise a lot of animals call this place their home. You might see the smallest of insects all the way up to the largest, tallest of the land animals. So let's see what we can find out here today. Now over on the right hand side there are some tinier antelope. These are called the springbok. They're named after the spring in their step they have. They can jump up in the air about 6 feet tall and 13 feet across at the exact same time. Now this motion is called pronking, P-R-O-N-K, and it kind of looks like dolphins cresting out of the water when you see them jumping like this. Now also they can run around 55 miles per hour. That makes them one of the top 10 fastest land animals on planet Earth. Looks like underneath this predator's den, though, there are one of my favorite animals out on the reserve. African painted dogs. They are so cute, huh? But don't let their cuteness fool you. They are the best predators in the savannah. They will hunt their prey to exhaustion, with an alpha male and female leading this group alone. On the left-hand side, though, we're going to be seeing the Hartman's mountain zebra, the sable antelopes, and the really tall fella is the Maasai giraffes. The sable antelopes, you might recognize them if you've ever seen the logo or the emblem of the safari. It's them. The reason why is because they are very courageous animals. They can go up in fights against the lions, and sometimes they will win against them. There is a baby zebra over there, if you noticed it. It's based off in size, only about a month old. And a grouping of zebra is called a dazzle, because of the dazzling stripes that each one of them have. If you were to take a look at the color of their nose, the muzzle they have, it's black in coloration, which means that color goes all the way down to their very bodies, making them black with white stripes. The debate is over. Now the giraffes, due to their great height, they have one of the largest hearts in the animal kingdom. They need a big, powerful heart to pump all that blood up to the very top of their head, which has to go against the force of gravity. So for that reason, a giraffe's heart can be up to 2 feet long, weighing as much as 25 pounds. Your heart is only about the size of your fist and weighs right around a pound for a comparison. Now it looks like there's some wildebeest on the hill to your right. Those wildebeest are the gray silver colored animals. And has anyone ever watched The Lion King? I hope so. Well, that's an awesome movie, and you might recognize the wildebeest from that really famous film. Out in the wild, they travel in a really large group, just like in the movie, close to 1.5 million wildebeest. Makes them a really densely packed population. But back to the giraffe, they do spend most of their time eating throughout the day. Up to 20 hours is spent doing so. So that means within a 24-hour period, they don't leave a lot of time in their schedule for sleeping. They'll only sleep for about 30 minutes in one day alone. Over on the right-hand side, there's this really big tree, and I only know one animal out on the savannah that's large enough to do something like this. Take that tree down. The African elephant. So we're gonna have to look out for the African elephant around here. They could be on either sides of us. That is, if you saw something on the left, the male mandrill and the female mandrill. Looks like the male mandrill has those bright colorations in the front of his face, both blue and red. And they're monkeys because they have tails, apes do not. On the right in between the rocks is also the African elephant, the largest land animal on planet Earth. But this elephant is in between the rocks, so we're going to see if we can get a better view of some more elephants up ahead. But the African elephant is going to have really big ears that resemble the continent of Africa. Those ears are often flapping up and down. Now that flapping motion is going to help them